two, three. Oh, wait. Okay, one, two, three. Hello, everyone. So, welcome back to our podcast. Today, we are going to learn more about SLA, or which we call Second Language Acquisition. So, I am here with the three guests. Do you introduce you guys?
Hi guys, my name is Nurumaira binti Rasmi.
And my name is Nurani Zulfa binti Muhammad Sahab.
My name is Siti Sujana binti Zahirana.
Alright, so let's get started with some little bit of definition of the first language acquisition. So we all know the first language, we pick it up and we learn it when we were young, when we were at home, our parents taught us about that. Now for second language acquisition, SLA refers to the process of learning language beyond your first. We learn it on the secondary school, we learn it on university. It's a new thing for us to learn. So there are two main things in SLA, which is natural context and also instructed context. So in terms of natural context, they are when the learners picks up the language through everyday communication. For example, when you talk to your siblings or your family or your friends about the language that you just picked up, and like for example, you could take the other country, for example, Korean. If you like Korean, and you can take the Korean language and you learn them by interacting with other native speakers that you have in mind, or maybe online friends that you might have.
I do too.
Like we're playing games or such. So this natural context involved without the classroom setting. So you don't learn in classroom settings, but on the other hand, you just learn it by naturally.
Yeah, so I do feel like it's true though, because I also learned English based on the cartoons, which is
too.
SpongeBob,
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, I learned it through watching cartoons and many more cartoons. It's not always about classrooms,
Yeah.
because I learned English so much from the cartoons that I watch.
Yeah, me too. I've learned English by singing a song. Okay, so in structured context, on the other hand, is a more structure. Like we learn English in classroom, we have syllabus, teacher teach us, and this is show how most of us learn English or any other second language like Korean. Maybe we attend a Korean class if our second language is Korean.
Okay, thank you for the information for you guys. So we're gonna start with the behaviorism, one of the earliest theories of language learning. When you wanna take this one?
Sure, thank you, Mimi. So behaviorism is come from the work of B.F. Skinner, obviously, who believed that learning include language is based on habit formed through stimulus, response, and reinforcement. In this view, language is learned by imitation and practice. When learner produce the correct form and is rewarded. So basically, like if your child learning English, like I want cookies, and then the parents maybe reward them with cookies or buying a toys or like that. So either by price or a good grade, the behavior is reinforcement. So when you give cookies to your children, that is reinforced.
Okay, thank
A
you.
real life classroom example of behaviorism would be drilling exercises, I believe so. Let's say students are repeating, this is a pen, over and over again. So the teacher corrects mistake immediately and praises correct usage. For example, like there are students who says the first time they say this is pen, but then the teacher will correct, this is a pen. So when you do it over and over again, the idea is repetition and positive reinforcement would lead to habit formation. It's like when you keep on doing it, you feel like, oh, this is the right one, and this would be my new habit from now on.
Yeah, exactly. It also shows up in language learning apps like Duolingo, where you repeat phrases and then you get an immediate feedback from the apps itself, and you also earn points for the badges. So it makes you feel like it boosts up your self-esteem as well. So you know that you did very good, and that's like a very behaviorist approach, I think. Yeah, I do agree with you. So Next, we're gonna go to the innatism, a theory developed by Noam Chomsky himself. So, Sujana, want to take this one?
Right. Okay. Chomsky challenged behaviorism by saying that humans are born with an innate ability to learn language, which something he called the language acquisition device, or LAD for short. So, according to innatism, language input alone isn't enough. So, there's something inside the brain that helps us to make sense of complex grammar, even when we're not directly taught it. So, for example, I would say like when you do you guys have the feelings that when you say this word, then you feel like, oh, this is not right? Yeah, that directly comes. You've never learned it, but you just feel, oh, this is not right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it's like English.
Oh yeah. So means like when we use the like I went to the park, so that's the right sentence.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Kok kacau lah? One, two, three.
In second language acquisition, this theory suggests that learners don't just mimic what they hear. They process language deeply and form their own internal grammar. This is especially clear when learners produce sentence they never heard before, like char. Saying I go to park. You see ed in the background.
Yeah, yeah. And like kind of like overgeneralization, they are not just repeating, they're applying rules their brain is developing. Means like they support the idea of innate mechanism at work. So it's like they are keep on repeating what we said and they just like don't care if it's right or wrong. Because it's just like their natural their own what they learn from us, you know? So it
So,
just added their
By
own words.
hearing the words,
Yeah, yeah, it does
Ah.
help. So thank you. In classroom, we all know that we can support innatism by providing rich, meaningful input. But other than drilling, we can also support them through stories, songs, also authentic conversation, like a real life based conversation, in order to help their internal system develop. Right, now let's bring this into a practice. So, what are some of the lesson activities that reflect these theories, to help support student in instructed language learning setting? So, for firstly, we have a classic behaviorist activity, which is called pattern drills. For example, where a teacher might use substitutions drills where students repeat a sentence but change one word for each time. For example, the students will use like I like apples and then by more and more and more, they can change the way the sentence structure. For example, I like bananas. I like bananas. I like oranges. I like books. Whatever they want to tell. So this reinforce actually focus more on the sentence structure and vocabulary through the repetition drill.
Okay, so for another behaviorist method is a role play with correction, where students act out a scripted dialogue. So and the teacher give immediate feedback. So for example, when the teacher asks the student to play the character as a teacher, and then the students say, today as a class, today we is going to
Learn
learn
something.
something. But, and then the teacher immediately correct the student, say, today we are going to learn something. So the reinforcement have correct errors and build accuracy. So when the teacher said, today we are going, that was reinforcement.
Yes, yeah, I do agree, but I'm gonna give out an activity for innatism. Okay, so from my opinion, I would like to recommend story-based input activities. Like the teacher reads or plays a short, interesting story in the target language, which I'm gonna say English. Yeah, and students listen for meaning and not grammar because this is innatism. Okay, so we don't really have these strict rules and all
About
that.
grammar,
Yes, so we just make the students listen to the meaning so that they know, and this actually over time could help the brains of the students to pick up sentence structures and vocabulary naturally, just like how kids learn. Just like Amni said, but this is more like to naturally that we
pick it up.
let we let the students do they do this on their own,
Yeah.
not only relying on the strict
So
grammar
there's
rules.
no grammar.
Yes, yes.
So for innatism, it's like the student learn English, but never mind if the grammar is wrong or right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We
Yeah.
let the kids learn naturally,
Yeah,
so that
explore,
they so that
Oh,
they do
okay.
it themselves and
So
they
they
know.
ignore the grammar and vocabulary.
Yeah.
Okay.
For their brains to start working.
So for introduce them to English.
Yes.
Exactly. Alright. Okay. And then there's also another innovative inspired activity, which is a picture descriptions, where the students describe what they see in a photo without strict grammar correction. Again, with the innovative, there's no grammar corrections. They're mainly focused on the communicating the ideas for brainstorming, so that they feel like they can just like express whatever they're thinking. So that there's no grammatical structure, there's no strict anything, so they can just say whatever they in their mind. And over time, that their internal language systems develop through exposure and the usage of the language.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Because sometimes students, when they learn English, they speak English, they tend to like, I'm scared that if my grammar is mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they don't want. They feel like English is very hard because we have to
Follow the rules.
yes,
and all.
the strict grammar.
Yeah, I guess this could make them more comfortable
Yeah.
to try and learn new language.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as this activity shows that no single theory works in isolation. We need to be together in order to learn. This will give them a toolkit for different learner needs. Alright, so before we wrap it up, before we end our podcast, I have a final question. So, why is it important for language teacher to understand SLE?
All right. So understanding SLA helps us avoid a one size fits all approach. Okay. So some students need more structured practice, but others thrive on meaningful communication. Like knowing the theories let us adapt our teaching. Like we're gonna be a teacher soon, yeah. So I think that we need to know this basic because we should understand our students by not like each one of them, but at least some of them, so that we could help them and know what are their problems and we could overcome it together. Yeah. So when we know the theories and each, so that I know, okay, this student need this kind of theories and this student need this kind of theories, so that we don't mix it up all. And when they get the bad result, then we would ask, oh my god, why is it happening like this? But I teach them all the syllabus, I did my works, but actually we don't really understand SLU, how it works and all.
Yeah.
It also reminds us that language learning is a process. We should learn in a fun way. We don't have to be stressed when we learn something. Learning is supposed to be fun.
It takes time, right?
Yes.
It's in the process, right?
So the brains also needs time and exposure. And it's okay for students to make errors along the way. It's okay. Maybe if the student makes mistake, you can maybe give something to her or him
Yeah,
to
motivates.
to motivate them to work hard.
Exactly why. When we understand the why behind the learning, we became more passionate, more effective, and more creative in the classroom, where we engage the students to freely talk about their language learning, when we can fix whatever they think they're not confident in, like the sentence structure, the grammatical errors, or maybe the vocabulary itself, so that they can improve themselves in the future.
Yeah, I do believe that it actually helps the teacher itself to learn new things, like new theories. It's also for us to, since we are still undergraduates, right? We need to know the theories that we are comfortable with, so that we could learn new language and also help the students along the way. That's what I think it is.
Thank you so much. Beautifully said, you guys. So that is all from us for our podcast. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, every language you learn opens a new world. Bye! Cut.
That was good.
Weight of the world on your shoulders.
2, 3.
I guess you're wasting reason why.
Yeah,
I must be favored to know,
the brains
yeah.
needs
That's the way that we can ride. on me, keep on. And that's one night after night, I'll be loving you right.
This also reminds us that
Monday,
English
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Okay. 1, 2, 3